introductions to an NFL game, and that was in evidence a moment ago. Fireworks, pyrotechnics, you name it. This crowd is ready as their guys get set to match up between the Miami Dolphins and the New York Jets. That'll be taken about a yard deep. And it's a pretty good return here as he'll get this up to the 29.
1st and 10 at their own 29-yard line.
A first down throw, Darnold. Caught left side, Hopkins. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. So a decent gain, but all for naught on the penalty.
It's too bad, isn't it? They were feeling pretty good about it. The only people celebrating, the guys who just gave up that play.
They go play action here on first down. Oh, that was dangerous.
Darnold's pass.
Threw it into coverage, almost picked. But instead, they'll keep it on second down.
It's now 2nd down and 20.
The first carry for the former Nittany Lion. This is Saquon Barkley. There he goes left side. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley, 81 yards. And the Jets have taken a first-quarter lead. Well, if they didn't get the wake-up call before the game, they got it right now. 2 plays already in the end zone.
I think of it in boxing terms because whether it's a big shot with your first one or a probing one, a little bit of a jab, the second one was the payoff. That was the big one that landed. 1-2, end zone.
Over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
Tagovailoa and the Dolphins come up 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line. Carry for Derrick Henry. And he is met in his tracks behind the line of scrimmage. Officially, it's a 1-yard loss. That's going to bring up 2nd and 11.
Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 24-yard line.
A loss of a yard there to start out. That leads to a 2nd and 11. Derrick Henry. And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. They lost 2 there. And it's 3rd down.
It's 2 yards. And it's 3rd down.
From the gun, it's Tua. And that will be incomplete.
That's what you're going to need to do against those big receivers. You got to get in there and get physical with them. That time he got in close, got in tight, and knocked the ball away.
It's 4th down.
And the win last week punted 4 times as this one's away. They'll score that a 36-yard punt. And the Jets will take over 1st and 10. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And it's only November, but the playoffs, we know how it works. They'll be here before you know it. If it ended today, they would be the #1 seed.
And that's a great spot to be in, but I love the phrase, if it ended today. And I'll guarantee you, that's what they've discussed in their locker room, in their meeting rooms. Yeah, we know where we'd be if it ended today, but we also know it's not ending today.
Right.
So they've got...
And that's caught inside the 30. He'll get this one down near the 20-yard line, just shy of the 20. A gain of 32 that time. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Now Saquon Barkley. And he's out of bounds. Almost gets to the 10. This game not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Well, they're making a real first-quarter statement with a run game, no doubt.
For those who remember old-school football, running it, establishing things, seeing backs find holes, get through them, they've got to like what they're seeing from this unit so far. Right now, they've decided to, as you said, establish the run game, and they've been successful doing it.
5 yards on the catch there, brings up second down.
One thing you're hoping for when you run drag routes, you're able to hit a receiver in stride, and he can pick up a lot of yardage after the catch. But in this situation, the defense was effective, able to stop him before he could get a good head of steam going.
And the hole closes quickly here. He can fight only to about the 4.
A gain of a yard on the play brings up 3rd and 4.
Here's Darnold. Flushed out right. Pass incomplete, but the flag in the backfield, and this might be a roughing call. So instead of forcing the field goal, it'll be 1st and goal.
Yeah, the force was trying to make something happen that just didn't need to, right? I mean, the plays happen, let it go. It's over. Instead, it creates a penalty.
And that'll hurt the average a bit, as this time they're able to get him behind the line. Now that sends him 2 yards in the wrong direction and leads to second down.
Brings up 2nd and goal. At the
Here's Darnold. And he's going to go down just outside of the 5, right around the 6-yard line.
Second goal, last thing you need to do is get pushed backwards to take a sack. But he couldn't find anywhere to go with the football, had to eat it, and ended up on the ground.
3rd and goal now, mere inches from pay dirt. And he'll take this one down inside the 5 to the 3. It's about a 3-yard pickup there, but more importantly, they're still a few yards away here. It's now 4th down and goal. Now hold everything here. We're going to get a timeout by the offense. They'll have 2 remaining as we step aside here in this first quarter. Now Lutz for the field goal try. From the right hash here, should be an easy one. And Lutz puts this one through. And that will make it 10-0 here in the first. A good drive gets him inside the 5, but they could not punch it in.
And credit the defense, too. Make sure that happens, because that was the old bend but don't break approach. Made sure they contained them when they absolutely had to and forced the field goal attempt that went through.
At their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. And with this deficit, you can't have too many more drives like the last drive where you had to punt it away.
You know what I would tell my offense right here? The punter doesn't exist, guys. He doesn't even exist. He's not a team anymore. I just cut him, all right? So you've got to go out and create some offense for us here and give us some points. No way does that guy get on the field on this drive.
Poor punter.
Yeah, it wasn't his fault. But, hey, listen, there's got to be casualties at times. We're trying to win a game.
The last play got just a yard. Here's 2nd and 9 from the 26. Now it's Henry. And he's going to get about 7 yards on that one, up to around the 33.
That was a good run, and it got to the second level. And what I mean by that is that's where the linebackers usually play. First level being the defensive front, last level being the secondary. But the strong safety position ended up making the tackle, and oftentimes we call them a hybrid. Combination defensive back, combination linebacker. We saw the linebacker make the stop.
They'll try to run for the first with Henry. And he's going to be stopped short of a first down as they'll get to him at about the 33. Just a 1-yard gain on the play, and that'll mean a call to the punt team as it's 4th down. O'Donnell, he's on to punt as he gets this one away. Fielded just inside the 30. So this will be accepted as it moves the offense backwards. So the special teams penalty cost some yardage there as they come out on 1st and 10. Out of the shotgun, here's Darnold. That'll be caught by Cup. And they'll get him down after a pickup of 8, 2nd and 2. Give him 8 on the play, and it'll make it a 2nd down. Final 30 seconds of this first quarter, and it's been a quarter dominated by the guys with the football. To throw again on 2nd down. Darnold gets this out to Saquon Barkley. And able to get this one across the 45 before he's brought down. He'll wind up getting 11 on that one. And the Jets are going to get a new set of downs. 10-0 to score after 1 on EA Sports. Darnold on 1st down. They'll get this out to Barkley, complete. And taking it across midfield and inside the 45. Right back to him for 10 more and a 1st.
Good strong throw and catch right there. And so far in this game, the alleys have been open for them to get completions, and they're taking advantage of it.
On 1st down, Darnold. He's going to fire one deep over the middle. And this will be incomplete. Physical play on the football there, and it's 2nd down.
Nice play there to force the incompletion. And to me, one thing's for sure. When you're the underdogs and you're playing on the road, you absolutely have to get takeaways. You've got to get the ball from them.
Yeah, win that turnover battle, going to be key. They didn't get one there, but you get the feeling they keep making plays like that, they might just get a few.
Yeah, once you get one, defensive teams think they come in bunches.
Yeah, he is out of bounds, but not before he's inside the 30. 12 yards there and a 1st down.
1st and 10 at the 29-yard line.
Darnold to throw again. And he was hit as he threw it there, and it forces it incomplete.
They've given up a few 1st downs on this drive, but getting the incompletion there, that should give them something to build on and maybe turn the tide.
On 2nd and 10, Darnold. And they'll go back to Hopkins, and this time he's got it. And out of bounds all the way down at the 3. A good pickup there, 26 yards.
Goal at the 3-yard line.
Throwing again is Darnold. And this will be caught in the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims. Touchdown number 15 of the year. And the Jets will extend their lead. On those slants, everything happens so quickly. What makes it work?
The timing between the passer and the receiver. In this case, a slant route. Ordinarily, it's probably about 3 steps before you go on the slant. In this amount of time, I think it was a 2-step deal. Boom, put his foot in the ground and got inside for the pass.
Got inside for the pass, got inside for the catch and the score.
1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line, ready for their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them. That's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
And he gets this up just shy of the 30 to the 29 before he's out of bounds. Only 3 yards on the catch. It's third down.
On the play brings up third down. Tagovailoa working out of the gun.
And tight coverage there. It's knocked away, incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's fourth down. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he'll punt it away for the second time. They call it 38 yards on the punt, no return. And the offense will take over with a new set of downs. The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And thus far, the weather has not slowed this offense down one bit. They've looked good so far in the first half.
They certainly have. And think back to our meeting with the head coach. And we asked him because we saw the forecast for this game, didn't we? We said, hey, have you prepared?
But when this ball's tipped and intercepted. Brandon Jones picking it. And now look at this. Big gain, but a fumble. But this will get out of bounds, so possession will stay the same. Can almost see inside his face mask there the look of relief. He coughed it up, but it goes out of bounds. They keep it.
Someone carrying around the lucky horseshoe, aren't they? If I were him, I'd go out and play the lottery after that one. A very fortunate man.
And they're operating in plus territory here. They're thinking points. Definitely don't want to lose the football at this juncture. And he still has yet to get on track in this first half as they're going to stop him behind the line. That'll wind up going for a loss of 4. And that's going to make it second and 14. Now Tua. He's going to go for a big play downfield. Into double coverage, and it's intercepted. Snags it for the pick. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
Over first and 10.
The good old cover 3 defense, partner. When you start playing football as a safety, that's the first thing you're taught. Middle of the field, be as deep as the deepest receiver in any zone, and break on the football when it's thrown and pick it off, just as we saw there.
Going deep for Hopkins. And got his man complete. It's a gain of 34.
Big plays are starting to become the trend here in this first half, and everything that they've tried has worked. And there's another example right there.
56, Mike, 56, right there.
On first and 10, Darnold going deep for Hopkins. That's caught inside the 20. Big yardage that time for the Jets. 46 yards. So the big play means just like that, they'll operate from the red zone now on first down. Darnold from the gun. His throw caught at about the 5. And the Jets are going to have a first and goal as the tackle is made at about the 5. Back-to-back nice gains. That one for 14 yards and another first. Again, Darnold. Flush to his right. And the tip there altered the ball flight, and it falls incomplete. It'll be second down.
Incomplete.
Yes, sir. How about an attaboy there on first down? Got his hand in and knocked it away.
The line of scrimmage, once again, the 5 as they get ready for second and goal. And he's into the end zone. Touchdown, Jets. DeAndre Hopkins with touchdown number 8 on the year. And the Jets are going to add on to their lead. Oh, I was just about to say he had missed an extra point all season, but there it is. His first miss, no good. Now he's back out there to boom this one away, maybe with some frustration after the PAT miss. And a fair catch signaled for and taken successfully.
The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And this not an easy situation. You're down early, in the elements, you're on the road. How do you get the mojo back?
Well, one thing is to remember that as an offensive player, you have a much better idea of what you're trying to accomplish and where you're trying to go than the defender. So in this case, because you know it, you can make your cuts with a little more decisiveness. Maybe a second fake, some double moves, things of that nature to go ahead and try and put some pressure on the defense.
A reminder, once we hit halftime, as we do all season, we'll send it down to Jonathan Coachman in Orlando. He'll have all the stats and scores from games in progress around the end. And Gurley here fumbled it. Gurley fumbles the football. It's loose. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. And no return on this one as the fair catch is signaled for and taken.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive.
And in just about every game we see, partner, what do we do when we look at the stat sheet? We go right to
the turnover differential.
Without a doubt, because when we see that, that pretty much tells the tale of the game. And I know there's still plenty of time to go, but you've got to take care of the football in order to win it.
At the 23-yard line.
So the opening play of the drive goes backwards. Now they'll come up on 2nd and 12. Tua sets up to pass it. Escape it to a hit, and the ball is out. And it's scooped up by the Jets. And he takes it to the house. It's a fumble recovery for a Jet touchdown. Jets. This first half has been a nightmare for that offense. Defense just dominating them.
And when you're picking up the ball, picking up their mistakes, and taking it the other way and putting it in the end zone, that's a defense's dream. They're having that type of a game.
Everything that can go wrong has gone wrong for this offensive unit. Now this will make it into the end zone.
The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that last possession, really a gut punch. You seemingly had it working. You were in the midst of a very strong drive, then suddenly to fumble, and you're watching the back of a defender's jersey as he brings it all the way in the other direction.
There's not much more I can add to that. I thought you summarized it perfectly, partner. You've just got to regroup and start putting another drive together. That's all you can do.
After the penalty, it's Henry. And he goes across the 20 to the 22.
On the handoff.
It's a gain of 7 on the ground. 2nd down coming up.
Even though they gave up more than they wanted to on that play, it actually illustrates how well they've bottled him up throughout the game, because that was his longest run of this contest.
Tua wants to throw it on 2nd down. Quick hitter here. It's complete. 8 yards on the completion, but now they face 3rd down.
Brandon, perfect defense in this situation would have meant that there was an incompletion. They would have picked it off. Okay, so they gave up the completion. But I really enjoyed watching how the defense stayed in sync, stayed in great communication. And as he dragged across each zone, you see him pointing, communicating. There he is, and they passed him off to each defender. Ended up making a nice play, even though it was complete.
And that is incomplete. The passing game not in sync here early. And now it's 4th down.
That's an excellent job right there on 3rd down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a 1st down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's 4th down.
The Jets take over 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Off of play action, Darnold Going deep for Hopkins. And lucky to get away with one there. That one nearly picked. Second down.
Incomplete. It's now 2nd and 10.
A shotgun snap for Darnold. Down the numbers. There he goes. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Denzel Mims. As the first half is winding down, as his guys continue to put this one out of reach.
That score that they just gave up there, that's a tough one for their defense to swallow because they've had a tough time through the first 2 quarters. They really were determined to get a stop there, unable to do so. That makes their comeback hopes that much more difficult.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We're under 20 seconds to go in the half. I'm guessing the wise play here is be safe.
That is the wise play because if you think about trying to fool them here, here's what you're facing. You're facing a loosened up secondary, playing a lot deeper than normal. So even if you run some type of misdirection, you're only going to fool them for a second or so. And guess what? They're so deep, they're really not going to be out of position. Take the knee, get to the locker room.
That's complete to his tight end, Mike Gesicki. And this offense going to elect to burn a timeout with 5 seconds remaining in quarter number 2. 6 yards was the pickup on the last completion, so here's 2nd and 4. And he'll get it down to the 47 here. So we've reached halftime here in what is quickly turning into quite a rout. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And that first half, one to forget really on both sides of the ball. They got to find some way to string something together here, don't they?
Yeah, they're down big right now. So as you mentioned, trying to find something to string together, get some consistency, something sustained, maybe calm their whole team down and find a way to get back in this one.
Yeah, because right now you're down big, you're being shut out. Let's see if this is the drive that kind of into heavy traffic, and it's intercepted. Picked off at the 45, and they take over. They'll set up shop at the 46-yard line.
At the 46-yard line.
So 1st and 10, and if they score on this drive, might have to start digging in our second half blowout material. After the interception, here's Darnold going deep for Hopkins. Into a double team, and it's intercepted. Picked off inside the 10. And a big turnover there as his guys will get the football back.
At their own
and he may want to track down that football because that's interception number 1 on his career.
You're saying that's going into the trophy case?
I'd put it there.
Yeah, no doubt about it. That's when you ask the equipment guys to make sure they hold it for you after the game. But if you play in the back 7 on defense, that's part of your job, finding ways to take the ball away from the other team.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are right now just ice cold. I mean, they have struggled big time in this game, and they're getting blown out. How do they adjust?
So tough because we always talk about it being a team game, and you need all 11 working well together. But every now and then, partner, you need that one guy who can make a play against all odds that maybe can ignite things. And I think that's what they're looking for right now.
Yeah, you talk about going to your playmakers. They probably need to do it.
Find someone that you're used to touching the football that makes big plays and give them that opportunity to maybe wake up everyone else.
Now on second down, this is Gurley. And some room for him there as he'll take this up to about the 15. That'll leave him with a 3rd and 2 coming up. They got 8 yards there. And that looked like some pretty easy yardage there right up the gut.
And he's a guy that has some height to him. So when you don't have to drop a shoulder or create or get through contact or trash, makes it a lot easier to stay upright, see the field, and make a run as we just saw there.
Oh, and Tua going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Picked off at the 17. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Now remember, this is the #1 defense in the National Football League. There's a good example of why.
Shows that they set an aggressive tone, not just stopping the run, not just getting after the quarterback, but the ball's in the air. They treat it like they're the receivers, and they went after that one and took it all the way.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They are looking to make a bit of a 180. They are sputtering right now.
And frankly, I think it's time to call your playmakers together.
They'll be taken down. The Jets get in there for the sack. And we say it all the time, have to be able to get rid of the ball sooner than that.
You have to help your offensive line out. They're going to protect you as best they can. And if you're getting 3 to 5 seconds to throw the ball, they're doing a really nice job. But when you hold it and give up a sack, you're really almost discrediting their work.
And a very similar result again. The Jets defense once more stopping him behind the line. They lose 2 on that last play, so things get even tougher. 3rd and long coming up. On 3rd and long, it's Tagovailoa. And his pass is intercepted for the 4th time today. Jalen Thompson picks it. And nearly a touchdown as they finally stop him down at about the 3-yard line. And that pick just sets him up beautifully right down near the goal line.
I remember being in a defensive meeting back when I was in college. And our defensive coordinator says, we're going to call this Be Who You Are defense.
And Mims has got it. Touchdown, Jets. Denzel Mims with touchdown number 3 here in this game and 17 now on the year. And the Jets capitalize on the short field as they take it in for 6. And the lead grows even larger here in the 3rd quarter.
The score, Jets 58, Dolphins nothing.
Out is the kickoff unit as they run up and send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. They're sort of seeing themselves spiral out of control. Let's see if they can get things back on track.
And this is where the coach is walking that line of being calm and really being firm with his team. I had one tell me once, you know, when we were having a tough patch, this too shall pass, this too shall pass. And then finally we kept having a rough patch. He said, but you got to do something to make it pass. And that's what they have to do. They've got to get some control back, get themselves reasserted, and calm things down.
See if they can get calm and reassert themselves here. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 39. And that's a touchdown, but hold on. There is a flag down on the field. We'll have to see what this is about. So a holding penalty, and that'll send him backwards.
You know, they're trying not to do that. I mean, we know that, right? We talk to them all the time. But sometimes the defensive guys just put you in awkward situations, and you get caught grabbing their jerseys.
Check 56. I'm going to run you over. I'm going to run you over. Mike 56. Mike 56. 9.
On 1st down, it's Darnold. That's complete. He's got Barkley out of the backfield. And down inside the 15 he goes. 17 yards for the Jets there as they've got themselves a 1st down.
First and 10 at the 14-yard line.
56 is the mark. Come on, baby. Come on, baby.
Now Darnold. And he's going to look that one in one-handed. What a catch for the touchdown.
You got to figure down by the goal line. This is where a tight end earns his money, in the high traffic area. And he's able to work free in the middle of the end zone and grabs that one for a touchdown.
And the lead grows even larger here in the third quarter.
Score Jets 65. Dolphins nothing.
The kickoff team on the field now as they will send this one away.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And they've sort of lost their way, partner. How do they recalibrate and get this proverbial train back on track?
Well, this is where leadership really comes into play. How's the head coach handling it? The offensive coordinator? Sometimes they just make a joke. All right, guys, you had your fun? All right.
Throw it out the window.
Yeah, let's get back on track here. And sometimes that'll work just fine.
I guess it's time now to lean on that leadership. Tagovailoa to throw on second down here. And that's incomplete.
Another attempt, another incompletion. And when I look at the scoreboard and where we are in this game, it comes to mind that they have to start getting the ball in the hands of their playmakers. Throw it to the guys that maybe can take a short pass and turn it into a long gain or make people miss downfield. They've got to have points. And the guys who can put the ball in the end zone, they're the ones that need to touch the ball.
And not even back to the line of scrimmage this time as they're on him quickly once more.
This defense is just flat getting after it. They have not given up much of anything in the run game. Case in point right there.
Fielded at the 33. A very good return that time. 18 yards. And this offense takes over in great shape right at the 50. First and 10. Darnold going to lead the Jets up now. First and 10 right at the 50-yard line. He'll drop it off with Saquon Barkley. And he is going to be stopped cold behind the line of scrimmage. 2 yards the loss, second and 12.
With his size, he's a tough man to bring down, but they do a nice job there stopping his progress and not allowing him to get back to the line of scrimmage.
Single receiver.
On second and 12, Darnold. He'll air this one out for Mims. It's caught inside the 25. And he takes this just a few yards shy of the red zone before going out. That one covers 29 yards. First down. Darnold now to throw. Oh, a scrap for the football, and he's going to come down with it. Back-to-back receptions for him, and it's another first down. His big game continues. Already has the 3 touchdown grabs, tacking on some more yardage and a first down.
And how precise has his route running been in this game? We just saw him get open yet again, and he's also made adjustments as the defense has tried to really stop him.
Darnold to the goal line, but it's incomplete. The Pro Bowler DeAndre Hopkins, the intended receiver, but it'll be second and goal.
Leads to second and goal.
To the air again, Darnold to the end zone, but it's incomplete. DeAndre Hopkins once again the intended target, but now it's third and goal.
Brings up third and goal.
Hey, you got three. Three down.
And Barkley will try to punch it in. And he's going to take it in for a Jets touchdown. Saquon Barkley with touchdown number 20 on the year as his guys continue to pour it on. Able to punch it in on third down makes it easier for those guys on the sideline. They didn't have a fourth down decision to make.
Yeah, could you feel the exhale? Because they were already thinking ahead, as all the good coaching staffs do. Anticipating, will we have to make the call? They already had it lined up, never even got to it.
25-yard line. The Dolphins take over first and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. These guys had to punt their last possession, and that's become too familiar of a refrain. Too many of these drives just wound up going nowhere.
But you know how in baseball, when the pitcher gets a base hit and he's on base, they bring his jacket out to him to keep him warm? A lot of times the punter goes to the sideline, puts on sweatpants or a wrap over his leg to keep it warm. He might need a massage from the trainer right now from all the work he's getting.
So after the run for no gain, here's 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Tua. Being chased out left. Incomplete. And now following the incomplete pass, we'll get a timeout here for an injured player. While the training staff works on him, we'll step aside and be right back. Now this will probably be the last play of the quarter. Throwing is Tagovailoa on 3rd down here. And that one incomplete. They try to sneak in a deep ball with the clock running down, but to no avail as time will expire on this 3rd quarter of play. Here's Pat O'Donnell now as he's on for the 5th time here today. This is away, but boy, headed straight for the sidelines. And this punt goes out of bounds, and it'll be marked inside the 40.
At their own 36-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. We find ourselves here in the midst of a one-sided affair. A lot of fill time down the stretch, Mr. Davis.
So we could talk about food because that is something that you and I...
And he's free going down the left side. It's a foot race. And all the way in. Touchdown, New York. Saquon Barkley. His 21st touchdown of the season. And this Jets offense continues to pour it on.
Good.
Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And that will extend this big lead.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. And let's face it, this drive is not going to have any bearing on this game, but it's kind of important for one reason, isn't it?
It certainly is. You got to get points. And okay, all right, I'm being facetious here, but you get points, you feel a little bit better about yourself as you move on to the next one.
They'll come up now 2nd and 4 from the 31.
Brings up 2nd and 4 at the 31-yard line.
Here's Tua. And this one incomplete. Too much contact to hold on to that one, and it's 3rd down.
Normally you think the tight end's going to be able to catch the football and handle that contact, but in this case, maybe a little too much target to hit. That one was timed well. Incomplete.
And he's got his man in stride, complete. And past the 40 before he's out of bounds. A Miami 1st down, that one going for a gain of 11.
Well, this game was decided a while ago, and that completion there, it's going to artificially inflate his passing numbers. So right now, the only one really applauding probably his agent as he thinks about angling for a new guy.
And the Jets pressure too much as down he goes. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him. They're in some hot water now. After that sack, it's 2nd and 21. Going to the air. Tagovailoa. Got a man open. That's Devontae Parker. Complete. They get 11 back on that one. It leads to 3rd down. The Dolphins on 3rd down. A pretty anemic, a very anemic. 1 for 9 thus far. This is 3rd and 10. The pressure gets there, and Tua is going to be taken down. Quinnen Williams in there to get him, and on the season now, that is 9 sacks for him.
And it's 4th down.
He'll get off a fairly short kick here as this is toward the sideline. And the punt over the side in the air, and the spot will be inside the 35.
4-yard line.
The New York offense taking over for their next possession. And, Charles, we are in the midst of a very one-sided affair. I think this is where you and I have to fill a little bit. You want to regale us with old stories of your childhood in New Paltz, New York?
I don't think anyone wants to hear that.
And Darnold going to be intercepted for the 3rd time. Brandon Jones picking it off. Now they get a fourth quarter pick, a little something to hang their hat on, I guess.
Okay, so let's face it, though. Who's happy about this play? Fantasy guys, right?
Yeah.
The analytics will tell you one thing or another. That's a bad play on one hand, a good play on the other, but it's all about the fantasy points here.
Yeah, because this ball game is over. He'll drop this underneath to Gurley. It's a gain of 5 on the play, and that'll make it a second down. One thing I think that's safe to say defensively, the tackling's been really good.
And because of that, it's been very, very hard for them to move the ball because you're not getting the benefits of run after catch. They're tackling them almost on the spot. That means you have to run extra plays, harder to move it.
And the stop here will come at the 38-yard line. 7 yards there and a first down.
And the Dolphin first down.
Throwing now is Tagovailoa. Hit from behind, and he's going to be driven down. Quentin Williams has now recorded 10 sacks on the season. 2nd and 14 as they've got work to do here after the sack. Here's Tagovailoa to throw. And now here is another interception. Picked off at the 35. 20. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. That's the story of the game. They've been suffocating all game long on defense. They were suffocating there again in a big way.
And they've done it not just by out-athleting them, which is often the case, but by being able to adjust to anything they tried to throw at them and beating them to the punch each and every time. This was a defense that was well prepared.
Fair catch made at the 25-yard line. The Dolphins take over 1st and 10 at their own 25-yard line.
The Dolphins at the line ready for their next drive. We certainly had a sense coming in here that these guys were in for a tough one on the road. That has been how this ball game is played out. They trail big as we continue on now here in this 4th quarter. Firing quickly here, and that's complete. No gain there on the completion. 2nd and 10.
That was a simple throw and catch, but even with that completion, 0 yards gained, so they're behind schedule on down and distance.
I think they were hoping to get it to him. He could make a man or two miss, but that window closed quickly. And now a shot into coverage downfield is complete and able to rip off a big chunk of yardage before being dropped inside the 40. So how about that for a chain mover? They're all the way down inside the 40 now for 1st and 10. They run out of the shotgun with Gurley. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
That play wasn't quite as big as the play that preceded it, but still, gotta like the way they're moving the football, partner.
Absolutely. Pretty good room to run on that last play.
Yeah, they didn't get a first down, but still, you'll take runs like that each and every time, won't you?
Another carry now for Gurley. And he'll be a little shy of the 25 here at the 26-yard line. 6 yards the pickup, and that's a first down.
Yeah, once more, strong running, excellent blocking at the point of attack. They've got a nice little drive brewing right here.
On first down, it's Gurley. It's a 7-yard carry to set them up with a 2nd and 3.
Well, partner, I know this type of running back. I mean, this size, this intensity usually gets better as the game goes on. I just tell you from experience, the first few quarters, oh, you're eager. You come running up there. I'm going to tackle this guy. By the 4th quarter, you're coming up and thinking about it.
And D-line wearing down 4th quarter. Yeah, that's not a guy they want to see consistently. All that gets him is just a yard, and now it's 3rd down.
How about a tip of the cap to the defense? They're working against a very mobile quarterback, but all day long they've kept him under wraps. And on that play, they held him to a short gain.
Tua looking to throw on 3rd and 2. And my goodness, another interception. Picked off at the 18. And he brings this one back. It's a pick 6 and a Jet touchdown. Defensively, they've had their way in this one. That pick six makes that scoreboard even more lopsided.
I remember talking with a guy in the league, and I said, what do you do when the game's like this? You know, it's pretty much over. You ready to go to the bench and hang out? He said, oh, heck no. I want to stay on the field. I might get some stats. I might get a pick or two.
You like being out there at the end of these wide margins.
When they have to throw it, that gives you more opportunities to go get it.
PAT would extend their lead, but there is a flag on the play. The kickoff unit is out on the field, and they will send this one away. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line.
25-yard line.
And they will take a knee here. So it's a victory here for the New York Jets. And I tell you what, Charles, this might be about as good as it gets. They were incredible.
Yeah, offense was in fine form. The defense threw the shutout at them. I think they worked in concert together. What I like about the offense was they held the ball pretty well. You know, time of possession, exactly what they were looking for in this one. And that helped out their defense. Didn't have to be out there the entire time. So when you do that and you're out there fresh playing, off a little extra spring in your step, and it showed up in this one.
They had a ton of spring in their step. Impressive victory. So for the Jets, the perfect season remains intact as they move to 11-0 on the year. And they'll get another home date next week as the Eagles will come to town. Meanwhile, for the Dolphins, the problems just get worse and worse as they fall to 2-9 now on the year. And they'll have a chance at redemption next week at home against the Indianapolis Colts. Thanks for tuning in, everybody. Alongside Charles Davis, we thank our entire crew. I'm Brandon Gaudin. This is the NFL on EA Sports.